Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and the first piece of information I have for you is from XRP Crypto Wolf, and it looks like Ripple has let Corey Johnson go. It says Corey Johnson is no longer with Ripple, the company spokesperson confirmed. Corey helped Ripple with strategy internally and overall industry education, but due to changes in market conditions, we've chosen to eliminate the role of chief market strategist. Well, my impression of Corey Johnson always was that he was there, and I could be wrong here, but I always felt like he was the evangelist for XRP. And my gut is telling me here that maybe the market conditions are the excuse they're putting out there, but maybe this is further separation between Ripple and XRP. I'm wondering if maybe they decided that having a guy who's a chief market strategist, that might be considered XRP market strategist, and they may want to separate themselves further from being acting like they're pushing XRP in the markets. And so I'm wondering, I just wonder if that's what this is about, because market conditions, that doesn't, I mean, I understand we've been in a bear market for a while, but that's something about that just doesn't make too much sense. I could be wrong. Maybe it is market conditions. People, hey, look, when you have extended bear markets like we've had, it would be a normal thing for these companies. Ripple wouldn't be the first one or the last one to tighten their belt some. That's kind of just what you do in extended markets like this. But my feeling on this is more that this is just creating more separation between Ripple and XRP. I've felt like they've been checking a lot of SEC boxes. I feel like they've been working a checklist for the last few months, and I believe that this might be one of the things on the checklist. That's just me talking. Don't take that as fact. Don't quote me. I'm just telling you what my thoughts are. Okay, moving along. This is from Ripple Ninja. At Ripple Ninja sent me this, and I just wanted to cover this because it's so unbelievable. Software engineer loses life savings in Quadriga imbroglio. And what this is talking about is this guy here, a 30-year-old software engineer. He'd been working in California for 7 years, just wanted to save a few bucks on transfer fees after deciding to move to Vancouver. It cost him, he had $422,000 in digital assets on that platform, and now they are gone. Folks, I don't know how many times I have to say it, do not leave your digital assets on the exchanges. Go get a Ledger Nano S. They're in the description of every video I do. Next, from Web Surfer. Now, this is a really good point to make. He says cryptocurrency is South Korea's biggest obsession. For those of you, and this is the article right here, and it's just talking about how the South Koreans are obsessed with cryptocurrency. And for those of you that were not here during last December, during the run-up, South Korea was responsible for most of the XRP appreciation. In fact, the prices in South Korea were a lot higher than they were in the United States, and that's one of the things we've given CoinMarketCap a hard time about, because overnight they switched the prices. They took the South Korean market out of the calculation on their website and freaked the entire market out and really spun the market for XRP out of control from that day all the way till now, and it's been low. Well, this is part of what was going on back then. This is from January 18th, 2018. South Korea wants to ban crypto trade while government officials and big banks make millions. Well, the South, right around the time that CoinMarketCap had changed those calculations, we started seeing not just South Korea, but a lot of countries over in Asia that were acting like they were going to do a crackdown on the space. And South Korea was one of those countries. And so ever since then, that market's been kind of dead, but they've been working through their regulations. So don't ever underestimate what can pop up out of South Korea and in Asia in general, especially Japan. South Korea and Japan are the biggest fans of XRP, and I think there's a lot of pent-up demand over there. Okay, next I wanted to read a little bit of this to you, because this is what I've been saying all along. The title of this is a CNBC article from today. A Bitcoin ETF is virtually certain, finance expert Rick Edelman says. I'm going to read here from the article now. It's virtually certain. The only question is when, Rick Edelman, founder of Edelman Financial Engines, said Monday on CNBC's ETF Edge at the Inside ETFs conference in Hollywood, Florida. The SEC has several legitimate, thoughtful concerns that the industry has to overcome, but I'm confident they will. Eventually, we will see a Bitcoin ETF, and it's at that stage that I will be much more comfortable recommending that ordinary investors participate. We've got some serious players. Fidelity has a major announcement in the custody issue. We've got Kingdom Trust and a number of other very serious players on the custody side. I'm confident that in very short order, VanEck or Bitwise will satisfy the custody concern to the SEC, said Edelman. Tom Lydon, chief editor-in-chief of ETFtrends.com, said he's already seen massive demand for a product like a Bitcoin ETF. There is pent-up demand. We interview advisors all the time. 74% say they've talked to clients about their interest in Bitcoin, so they need to step up when this happens, because that money is going to go elsewhere. Lydon said Monday on ETF Edge. So you see the gist of it. Once I have an idea of a crypto ETF even came up, it was a foregone conclusion. It's going to happen because they're going to be given a checklist, and it's just a matter of time before someone satisfies that checklist. Okay, finally, I wanted to show you something cool. I can't remember if I've ever mentioned this to you before. This is from the Digital Currency Group. Remember, Barry Silbert is the most connected man in blockchain. Barry Silbert owns a portion through the Digital Currency Group of every major blockchain company that you can even think of. And so I pay attention to the digital assets that Barry Silbert invests in. Well, you're looking at one of them. He invests in, it's called Decentraland. The digital asset that goes with it is called Mana. Well, they just put this out. They've unveiled the Decentraland's new website. I'm going to give you a brief description of the way I understand how this works. Decentraland is literally a virtual piece of land, and they have divided this land up into parcels, and you can only buy the parcels with Mana, which is the digital asset that goes with Decentraland. And so it's a limited amount of land, and then they're creating this. And the reason that this caught my interest was first because Barry Silbert is invested in it. And once I read that he was invested in it, that's when I decided to go check it out, and I eventually bought a little bit of it. I don't have a lot of it, but I bought a little bit of Mana just because it's an interesting enough concept, and he's invested in it. He knows something. So I decided to invest in it. Well, I wanted to show you their new website. It's very fascinating. You can go check it out at decentraland.org and just look at what they're doing. The other part of why this fascinates me is because my son plays Fortnite with all of his friends almost every day of his life. They're all addicted to it. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, the Fortnite thing, where they drop all the players in. The kids can play with their friends no matter where they are in the world online. And so now, and then my younger son is always playing Minecraft and building things. Well, that's what this reminded me of. And the idea of tying in digital assets with that whole concept and having a finite amount of land, and you can buy those. Now, you don't have to buy the land. You can just hold the Mana, okay? And the Mana I guess, go up right hand in hand with the value of the land itself. And so, either way, it's a fascinating concept. So I wanted to let you go through this website. The design's pretty awesome. Look at the way this website looks, and then I'll scroll you down and let you see what they say about what you'll be able to do. Welcome to Decentraland, a virtual world owned by its users. Build, explore, and earn money from your creations. Owned by its users. Join a public platform controlled by its community and take a stake in the virtual world. Built by its users. Drive your vision with the tools, tutorials, and support that our community provides. Where creativity is rewarded, Decentraland's world is built around Mana, a blockchain-based token used for trading goods and services provided by users. Meet the Builder. The Builder is Decentraland's easy-to-use editor. Use it to design and create your own slice of the virtual world. It's just a fascinating concept, folks. So if you're interested in Mana, I think I got mine on Binance. You can get it. So and it's an Ethereum token, and so you can store it on a Ledger device as well. So I just thought it would be interesting for you to know that. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that you can buy virtual land with Mana. Thank you for listening.